Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
Welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, episode number 8, presented by Headliner Music Club. I'm one of your hosts, Jerzy. I got DJ 5 over here.
How we doing?
What's up, 5? From Las Vegas this time. Usually it's Los Angeles, but you know, we're switching
LA,
it up.
LV. It's up to you guys.
It's just how he feels at the time. He's feeling very Vegas-y today.
I was in Vegas for like a whole weekend. I went for E-Rock's wedding and ended up, it's supposed to be for one night, Thursday, and I ended up extending till Monday.
The weather's nice there, though. It's not
beautiful.
Like
so
yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah, we got just kept comping my rooms, and I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking stay, man.
Hell yeah.
Were you like winning gambling or something? Or they kept comping it?
Yeah, like I was gambling. I was playing table games, and I would play for like 3-4 hours. And like,
we need this guy to stay. Yeah,
I have a pretty good host there. I mean, honestly, free rooms, and then you lose money, so you end up paying for the rooms. So.
Right. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got Neil Jackson over here in New York City.
Hey,
what's up, Neil?
Oh, just chilling. Literally chilling. I've got my heater on right now. Still the sun.
It's not that cold. It's 60. I looked at your temperature. It's 64. It's not that bad.
But you're also speaking from Chicago. 64 doesn't seem like it's
like summer. Yeah,
that's
42 is summer.
I'm
here.
also from LA, so 64 is still cold.
You're still soft.
I'm at the perfect no heat, no AC right now. No heat, no AC. The perfect temperature for me.
Perfect introduction. Low budget from Philadelphia is with us on this episode. So welcome to the podcast.
Thanks
We're
for
so
having
happy
me,
to
guys.
have you here.
Welcome.
I'm excited. I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah, man. Weather. That's what we're really.
It's a weather podcast. Yeah.
Weather and gambling.
Meteorology. That's the new podcast. Yeah, it's just climate control and stuff. So we got that, and then Scratchy's somewhere in the background making sure that we do have video this time. So big shout out to Scratchy. We had a little hiccup on our last.
We should record
episode.
Live right here just for backup.
Just like this. All right. So just for reference, guys, yes, we are aware that we did not have video on the last podcast, and that was just by accident. Something updated and we didn't click the right box or whatever happened. So I was on a vacation. So they're like, hey, we got to get people's pictures so we can post it on socials. And I was like, all right, so what should we do? But we were all in different locations. I was actually in Orlando at a theme park. So I'm taking a picture in like a roller coaster line. Neil, I think Neil was somewhere.
I was in an Uber, really, and I was in an Uber, and we were talking about music, and then the Uber driver is actually an artist, and he was like, "Yo, check out my shit," and I was like, "Hey, man, are you gonna take this photo or what?"
At some sort of he had like a prison fence behind him, like with barbed wire. I'm like, where is everybody right now? It was just like the most chaotic shit. But thank you guys for putting up with us, and we're so sorry we didn't get video, but we have video now, and we're ready to go, man. Just go really quick, just a little teaser for what we have coming up. Of course, we have Low Budget from Philly. We have some crazy chart movers this month. I think country is a lot to talk about. I think we need to talk about country because I feel like there's a lot happening on that scene. Sneaky Slappers featuring Kendrick Lamar. Also, what's the scenario? How to impress club security? Because I think we've all been in this situation before where they're not feeling maybe the Taylor Swift song you dropped. How do you get them back? Because ultimately they all talk, and if they're on your team or if a fight breaks out, they're going to have your back. And then of course, edit submissions that you guys actually gave us, and you gave us a lot, and we spent a lot of time doing homework and going through these. So thank you. Also, big shout out to Chris M335001. I don't know if that's his inmate number or what, but he just left us a comment on Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much for leaving your review, and everybody else, please feel free to leave us a high star rating review. I think the highest is, was it 4 or 5 or something like that? So we'll give you a shout out. Yeah, if you leave us on 1, we'll probably not gonna, I don't know, we may just look past that. But everyone else, thank you for giving us reviews.
We should check YouTube comments if we get any, because those are pretty.
Oh no.
They're pretty. I mean, I don't think we have any yet, but if we do, they're pretty funny.
They're pretty gnarly. Oh shit,
Oh man, I love YouTube comments.
I didn't know. Like I said, I was still surprised that people were watching us on YouTube, but we talked about that. It's just like, just have us on in the background, which is cool, you know. Going around real quick. 5. Just want to catch up with you. You had your party, the Shibuya Social Club, correct?
Yeah. It was downtown. It was kind of mid because I'm not a promoter, and it's hard to throw your fucking party. So we had a good amount of people there, like maybe 50, 60 in and out. And this is a small spot, so it wasn't that bad, but it was fun though. I got to play my own shit.
But it takes time though. You gotta build.
Yeah. We're still building it, so growing it, and definitely gotta get on social more and just personally.
Is it a monthly thing? So you can promote it now, so let people.
Yeah, we don't know where we're moving it to yet, so we're definitely moving it because it's hard to get people in LA to come downtown on a Thursday because it's But yeah, man, fun to get to play your own shit, you know.
And then you almost didn't make that party because you almost died in a tornado. Do you want to talk about?
Wait, that was that?
No, that was the weekend after, I think.
Was it after or before?
I don't remember.
I think it was before. I watch your stories.
Oh, okay, so I was playing in Nebraska, and we flew in. Me and my girl flew in like a day earlier because Omaha has the biggest zoo in America. So we wanted to go check it out.
What is going on with you?
I've listened to other podcasts where zoos have been mentioned.
Yeah, that's a recurring theme on the show. Apparently, is the zoos and pandas.
We go to a lot of zoos, and we've been wanting to check out Omaha Zoo. Not because they don't have pandas, but it's just a big ass zoo, and supposedly it takes 2 days to get through it, like a theme park. But honestly, it was okay. Like I think it was just a zoo.
We're just zooing things.
Yeah, but that was the tornado was crazy because they kept us in the hotel. We were about to go to dinner. And then they're like, no, we advise you guys to stay in the hotel, come down to the basement. I'm like, what the fuck? And we go down there and there's fucking bottles of champagne, beer, and people were just down there like drinking. I'm like, oh shit, that's how they do it out here? Literally just like
4 tornadoes.
And it only lasted like 15 minutes. Not the tornado itself. It doesn't hit the city, but it was like 20, 30 minutes out. So
yeah, I saw it on like CNN.
No, the Nelk boys were out there and they were chasing it.
Oh yeah, there was also some stuff on CNN where it was like things were. I mean, it was a big deal. It wasn't like a little.
Yeah, no, it was. They haven't had a tornado or tornadoes in a few years, from what I heard. So yeah, that was
probably not a good idea to go to Nebraska during tornado season.
But big shout out to everybody in Nebraska. I'm sure
shout out to Omaha, shout out to Lincoln.
Before we get ousted from there too.
Low budget. You have any friends in Nebraska you want to shout out or?
Nah, I'm trying to think of the time I've ever been there, and I think it was driving from Chicago to the Bay. I lived in the Bay briefly for like 2 years. And while driving, I did a gig in Chicago and I drove through Lincoln, Nebraska. And I think that's
Lincoln's tight.
That's the only experience I've had with Nebraska is just driving through.
Yeah, it's a college town, so like the parties there are razors.
Okay.
And there's one like Michelin star worthy steakhouse out there.
Oh no!
The steakhouse? Well, they party at the steakhouse? Nice.
But that's not a surprise. Nebraska having a Michelin star steakhouse, like I just peg it Nebraska is they know a lot about steak.
Beef, yeah. Omaha beef, Omaha steak, Piedmont steaks. I think it's from it's a breed from Italy, Piedmont.
Dang, Five, you know a lot about meat.
I know.
You know
he knows about like he goes to see the animals at the zoo and then eats them. That's like it's like a whole like
he's like, damn, look at that steak on him.
He inspects the cows.
He's looking at him like, gonna make a mean steak out of that one.
Yeah, he does his research. Neil, you were at the Met. You just DJ'd an after party for the Met Gala. Was that?
No. I just showed up.
Can I say you DJ'd the Met Gala?
No, I will never claim that. But
listen, we all exaggerate on our bios and everything we put out there as a DJ, so it's okay. Like you can. You can say you are the Met Gala at this point.
No. I was lucky enough to get. I snuck in. No, I got invited to the after party, and that was the first time I've actually been to one of those things. And
What did you wear? Let me guess. Black.
I wore a black suit.
Oh wow. See,
No,
Oh,
no
okay.
tie,
No tie.
because I'm a bit edgy. You know,
I can see that.
You know, I was like, you know what? Everybody's gonna wear ties. Fuck ties. And actually, no one wore a tie. Like, no one wore suits. Everybody was about fashion.
People wear like toilet paper to the Met Gala.
Yeah,
They
I
think
was
it's
gonna
fashion.
say, was your black suit made of like snake skin or something?
Well,
like that?
no. The theme was like, I think like nature or like forest or something. So there were like a couple people where like I got hit in the face with like a branch.
Tree branch.
No joke. No joke. It was like they would have like flowers or like a floral pattern, and then some people would come in like tree branches.
Smells like pine. At this
Yeah,
party.
I mean, no one smelled bad. It was definitely
car air fresheners. They're
I should have came
Yeah.
in one of those costumes with like the
Christmas tree air
Yeah, the
freshener?
Christmas tree.
Wow.
That'd be perfect. That's a good
But
fit.
yeah, so
What did you
I
play
was
there?
just-
What music did you play
I
there?
didn't DJ it. I just
Oh.
showed it. I told
The whole
you
time
that,
I thought you were
man.
DJ.
No,
Oh, man.
Well, say you DJ.
No,
Did you-
I never said that. I put something on my Insta story from the bar.
You don't drink either, though. So, I don't- all right. Well, that was the research I did. All right. I thought
No,
you DJ.
no,
okay,
no, I
so
didn't- I
You were
did
there.
not DJ.
Okay, still, you went to
Yeah.
a cool party.
Yeah, it's
Um,
almost cooler to have not DJ'd there. 'Cause
Yeah.
you were like, I'm
be like, I'm so
just
good.
here. I don't even have to do anything. You
Yeah,
know,
not DJing is tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, sorry guys, I did not.
I
DJ
just
it.
anticipate anytime that we do anything. Like, I think 5 DJs at the zoo every single time he says
I
it's
mean,
someone at the zoo.
Honestly, I might throw a fucking rave there. I might
You
move,
should
this point,
throw
you
your
should-
party
yeah.
there.
move my party there.
Yeah, like a day party at the zoo.
It's not a bad idea.
I could only see like the animals just freaking the fuck
Yeah.
out.
It's probably
Like
not
just
going
go,
to be.
yeah,
Bro.
It's probably not going to
Monkeys.
be good.
That
Monkeys.
half zebra, half buffalo animal. I don't know what it's called, but man, that was
That's
crazy.
Dude, hit some bass house and make the monkeys like throw shit at you.
Oh shit.
That'd be terrible.
All right, moving
But
on
talked
from-
about forever.
Moving on.
I was in San Diego for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh
they
yeah.
had a what's a Mexican like wrestling
Lucha
The
Libre.
lucha, yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Nacho Libre.
I keep
Lucha
saying
Libre.
Nacho Libre, but then I feel like I'm offending people, so I don't know.
That was a great movie.
What is it? What is it called? Is
Lucha
it-
Libre.
The lucha libre.
Lucha, yeah, they had that in the streets, and yeah,
You got
it's
scared.
wild. No, yeah, I mean, like they really were body slamming people. I didn't DJ that; I just watched it, and then went to play Oxford afterwards. So that was a wild night, and then yeah, it was a fun time. And then also, Scratchy was out there. We hung out. Shout out to Scratchy and
Producer
Triple
Scratchy?
XL.
Oh, wow.
He's somewhere in here. Yeah, so there was a island party after party at Oxford, and I had to play. I didn't have to play any island music actually, so I got away with that. But yeah, so that was fun. Low budget. How's it going in Philly?
Good. So my week was pretty normal. I'm pretty busy, like locally. I DJ 5 nights a week here.
Oh,
and
damn.
it's kind of like I like I've done the travel thing and all. And so I'm not saying I'm not open to that, but I'm definitely totally happy just driving 10 minutes away and doing my thing. I'm treated well. I DJ at 2 main clubs in Philly: Voyeur, which is an after hours place, and Woody's, which is historically LGBTQ place, but now in 2024, it's everyone's there, you know? So it kind of gives me a different insight on what works and what you maybe take out here and put in with some other stuff. So that could, I'll talk about that later when we get into stuff. But yeah, it was a pretty, like, Cinco de Mayo was awesome, man. It's my Sunday night. I do Sunday nights anyway. So that was like,
wow.
it was just crazy.
Yeah,
It was like, it's super fun. It's no cover, so
Cinco de Mayo. That's like everyone I talk to, they're like, that's not a Mexican holiday. So
well,
I don't
I think
like,
it's like, I think Americans, at least take any opportunity to get wasted during the day. Like you just, it's eventually just going to be the next St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
And then you can make up another one, like then there'll be another thing that people especially with the younger kids. When you talk about the popularity in day parties and stuff, I feel like daytime events, if you give people a reason to go out during the day, they will take full advantage of it.
I just don't understand why they don't cut to the chase and just call it a drinking day. Like it's National Drinking Day.
People need the illusion of something. You can't just.
They need a reason to go out and drink. Otherwise, they feel like a degenerate. I think.
Right.
I mean,
So
what better than just say, today we're just going to drink. Like
so
today
here
it's
you
dedicated.
go. Here you go. This is what we got in Philadelphia. My Wednesday night, I DJ'd it last night. Super slow. It was good the week before. Wednesdays can be whatever, but starting in 2 weeks, they're going to get really good because in Philadelphia, after Memorial Day, we have this thing called Center City Sips, and basically all the bars got together and they're like, we're gonna just offer these happy hour specials and get people to come out on a Wednesday. And so everyone goes out at like 5 p.m. My night's regular club time, so I'll get the people completely obliterated from the happy hour. But yeah, they were basically said what you just said. They were like, it's a great idea. They're like, let's get people to come out. We'll call it this thing, but really it's like, hey, just come out and drink on a Wednesday, which is like, and people love it. It's packed. And like the weather gets nice, a lot of outdoor spots, and yeah, a lot of people make fun of it and stuff too.
Do you think people are now? This is probably a question for later, but like, do you think in general? I think anyone can answer this. Do you think that people like daytime parties more than they do like going to a nightclub? Because I think we all could kind of collectively say nightclubs are not probably where they were 10 years ago. But if you tell somebody like, hey, let's go out today, the party's from noon until 8 on a Sunday, they're like, hell yeah, as opposed to the nighttime. I think there should be more day parties is what I'm trying to get at.
I love day drinking.
So as someone who used to drink, I never was a big day drinker, but and as a DJ, I like DJing at night. I just feel like it feels right at night. I know day parties are super popular and super successful, and they look really fun. Like you see all the viral clips of all the cool wordplay transitions and all come from like a day party, all the tone plays. And it's I'm like, that's dope. I would love to be there, but I think there's something special that happens at night that I feel like that's when the real magic happens. But that just might be me being like old.
You call it magic. I call it a disaster half the time.
You call it on the brink of tragedy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of magic and some non-magic.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I like the edge to it. Maybe like to me, nightlife kind of represents a little bit of danger, a little bit of subculture, a little bit of like not safe,
It depends on where you play, but yes, that's very true.
That's what I'm like. He is so Philly.
No, I love it.
Vegas is very safe.
I just think about all the stuff we come from, like the old like raves and hip hop and punk rock. Like they all came out of environments that were not safe. So the more safe something, believe me, I want everyone to be safe.
I was
not
talking
saying that, but
I was
creates
talking
a certain vibe.
I was talking to some like I guess younger kids, and I was like, yo, where do you guys go? And they're like, yo, we do these like crazy raves, and they're like, oh, this is back in Halloween. And I said, where was the rave at? They're like, an underground. It was a subway station that's been abandoned for 30 years. I was like, how'd you guys get down there? They're like, we went through this like sewer way and this drainage facility, and then we walked this way. I'm like, the whole thing, I'm thinking to myself, I haven't gotten a tetanus shot in probably 20 years. So I'm more worried about scratching my arm on a piece of, shrapnel somewhere. And these kids are like, yo, man, we're just going to rage. I'm like, it's not safe. I just don't want to. I'm more worried about that. Like concerns stepping on. What if I step on something and it goes through my foot? And then like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that doesn't sound like fun for me. I like to be in controlled, safe environments.
I don't know. I mean, I can't get involved. So my buddy Vengeance, he's one of the younger next gen guys. He has a crew, and this is just coming out of the pandemic. He was throwing rooftop parties, and like his crew, his crew would just I met them too, and I was like, oh, so you guys all throw parties? He's like, yeah, well, the two of the guys are like, we're in charge of the equipment. I was like, oh, so you guys ran out of equipment? They're like, no, like when the cops come, I'm in charge of one speaker and my boy's in charge of the other. We just grab them and we just run to the next rooftop. And then we just set up shop and just keep the party going.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds very exhausting.
Yeah, it does sound exhausting.
But what if you're trying to take a
exhausting.
nap? Like, what if you're like in that building and you want to take a nap and someone's throwing, like, I'd be more annoyed. Like,
Who's taking a nap?
I do. I take
it's supposed to be
naps.
abandoned.
Yeah. What if you, like, it's in the afternoon, someone's like, blasting on your rooftop. I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be like, hey, I want to.
Oh, no, this is at night.
I'd be more pissed.
Now,
Like,
I mean,
blasting music. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. All right, cool. Let's go to the charts real quick.
on that note,
let's go to the Headliner Music Club charts. Number 1 is Tommy Richmond, $1 Million Baby. I think that this song has been just bubbling on TikToks and social media, and it's actually, I think people are playing. Is anybody playing that at nightclubs?
I think I played it at the end of the night, but it was a slow night, so it wasn't a good gauge, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else, Neil or Five?
I played it at Shibuya, and all 50 people loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. Cool.
It's number 1.
I feel like it's been accepted by like music people too. Like it's not like just a mainstream hit. Like Scratch Bastard did a routine over it and everything. So it's like it's been co-signed by music heads as well as just like TikTok.
It sounds different too. It's not necessarily what we're used to hearing or what's been charting or what's been popular. So it's like kind of refreshing the way I listen to it.
For sure.
I mean, it's big here too. It's huge here.
That's good. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. I wanted to talk about, so just really quick on these Kendrick and Drake things. Are you guys even playing those records in nightclubs, or is it not even worth anyone's time?
I mean, They Not Like Us is a certified club banger. West Coast wise, I don't know. Neil, on the East?
So when I saw this question, I was like kind of embarrassed because I realized that I hadn't played it. And because I guess Cinco de Mayo would have been a good day because that was like a big hip hop crowd, but I totally forgot. So I talked to my other hip hop DJs, shout out Tragic, Greg Nitty, and Rebel Foster from Philly. They do the hip hop rooms in the clubs on that. And they all said they were getting requests. I think Rebel said he played it twice. Tragic said he played it, they loved it. So on the East Coast, it's getting requested and people are loving it.
Okay.
But I don't know that firsthand. Yeah, that's the reports.
Neil, are you playing Kendrick records?
I surprisingly, I am. Yes, it is a very West Coast sound, and it is. You know what's weird is 310 Baby kind of just set it up for us because that's accepted in New York, and it's very rare that.
But that was late, you guys. But that came out.
Yeah, it was late, but it was a new sound for us, and he came out with this at the perfect time for us, so it kind of just set me up. So I usually just drop into that, and then if I don't think it's going well, then I'll just go into 310 Baby, and I got him back. But lately, people know the words to the song, which
It's
is
super
surprising
long,
for the
though.
East. Yeah, it is.
We need I need to find out the parts people need. Like you need the chant at the end, right? The OV-ho, that's like the part. And then you need the beginning, and then there's like a line in the middle. So someone needs to make like a condensed like 2-minute edit of all that.
Fashion did an edit.
I'm not going to do it, but someone else.
Fashion did an edit for his R&B and rib set last weekend.
Okay.
His set was pretty dope, but yeah, he made a bunch of edits. So
we need that edit. Basically,
we'll probably get him
is what
soon.
you guys are saying.
Keep
going. I'm just going to run through these really quick. We got Summertime Blues by Chris Lake is number 3. Fisher, Waiting for Tonight, the Jennifer Lopez. Is anyone playing that? Or
I keep forgetting the Waiting for Tonight is.
It's still
I feel
banger,
like the regular song I feel like has
the
more
regular
energy.
one bangs. There's
I feel like that version throws it off.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing because I was like wondering because Ready for Tonight is just the regular version. I feel
But that
like
version's good. Like people, he didn't like fuck with it too much. So like, I mean, it's a whole new song. But
I
with
just
the
feel
same
like when
vocals.
people are ready to sing "Waiting for Tonight," it has like a little build up that's going to throw people off.
Yeah.
Right? Am I hearing it wrong?
No, I agree with you. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
But I'll give it a try though. I just haven't. And the Chris Lake song, I keep forgetting to play too. My Fridays and Saturdays are 4 hours of dance music. So
shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, what else do we have here? Where was I? All right, Euphoria is another Kendrick song. Is anyone playing that one, or is it more not like us is the one that
It's more
people
like
are
a
playing?
cruising in the car. Listen. Yeah.
Okay, so not like us is the main one that people want to play.
That's the
That's
main
the
one.
club
I do.
banger, yeah.
I do Euphoria too.
Really?
I'm forcing it on people. If they don't want it, they're gonna get it.
Yeah, really?
They're gonna get it, and if they don't like it, they're just gonna have to wait, and then I'll just go into another big one.
Okay, well, that sounds a little aggressive.
Isn't Euphoria like 6 minutes long too?
Oh, they're gonna take the whole thing. What?
You have like an intermission in the middle of the song for people to
Oh,
get snacks
shit.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Good
well,
bathroom breaks, huh?
I don't want to know any. Neil, we're gonna pause you for a minute here on the next one.
Yeah, can somebody mute his mic, please?
Yeah. Don Omar, the Danzen
Danza Cadora.
Yeah, that one.
The Tiesto one.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
did
don't know.
Tiesto do a new remix of it?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Yeah, it's bigger.
I feel like I have that and I just never played it.
Yeah.
It's a fake room version. You can still run the original, but
Yeah.
that's
I should
It
give it
sounds
a shot. Yeah.
bigger. Yeah. Major Lazer Lean On. It was the Davio remix. Squared Hollerback is number 8, and Empire of the Sun, Afrojack, We Are the People, Cases, Everything You Do Edit, and then Sabrina Carpenter Espresso. It's a marquee edit is number 10.
yeah, that's a
so.
good one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
needed
doing
that
that one.
remix of that. I have gotten 2 requests for it, and the first time I was like, "What is that?"
Do
You know?
people? Is that a big? I don't know.
TikTok.
Yeah,
it big?
Yeah,
Is it
but
big?
then
Girls
like, do you
love
know who
that
she
song.
is? She's like a Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I saw that.
It's like one of them things where I used to be pretty confident when someone requested something and I didn't know what it was, that I didn't need to know what it was. And I used to be like, that's like your personal jam. I don't need to know. about
Yeah.
that, you know, but now with so many different angles of something being popular, I have to like step back and be like, okay, maybe I just don't know about this.
That's
So
why we're here. That's why we're here. This
Yeah,
is the reason.
exactly.
We're
So I
questioning
got
everything.
I got this request and I was like, I just said like no, and then I looked and I was, yeah, this girl has like millions of followers. People I know follow her, so I had no idea who she is.
Well, she's pretty big. So all right, so Espresso is a win. We'll chalk it up for that.
Need
Going-
a remix though; it's too mellow as
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So that marquee edit is a good one. It's,
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta check that out.
Got it. We have the Billboard Hot 100 charts. I'm just going to run through these really quick. The Kendrick Not Like Us is number 1. We just talked about. We're going to play that. Number 2 is the $1 Million Baby. Is there a remix for that? Or are you guys just playing the original, though? I want to ask that, too.
I would go with the original.
original.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard a remix, like a dancier remix, and I think so much of that song is the beat. Like it's kind of like that throwback, like almost like a Houston rap type beat.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Euphoria is number 3. Number 4 is Fortnite, Taylor Swift, and Post Malone. I don't know if that's a club record. I don't think it is. Number 5, the bar song. That's Shabuzi. That song's climbing. I like that one a lot. I think that's a big one. We'll talk about that coming up. Also, like that. Number 6, Family Matters, Drake. No one's playing that, right? The Drake.
Family Matters?
Yeah.
I don't even get requests for that.
Okay.
No one's requesting Drake.
It's numbers. Okay. Wow.
No, not from the beef songs. Yeah.
Is it weird to
Yeah.
play? Do you think that this is affecting Drake in the club at all?
No.
Or anywhere? No.
No.
Okay. So people are not like a certain way because of Drake. All right, cool. The Taylor Swift stuff, I think, are the country things. I think are just climbing. It's just they're popping up more and more. And I have another record that I want to talk about because it's another, I think, big country banger. It's gonna be this summer. Going to TikTok trending real quick. Lay Banks, Tell Your Girlfriend. Have you guys heard that one?
My biggest song.
Really?
Really?
Wait, are you serious?
She's from Philly. And that it samples Pony. It's a Jersey club beat, and it's super big on TikTok. And it's probably the one song I'm playing now that I'm like. And shameless plug, I just did an edit of it. If you want to check out my edit.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put the Money Long. What's it called? The slow song. The Money Long over it. The
Hold up. That was one of my sneaky slappers. Hold on.
Oh man, I'm stepping on your punchline.
Oh, no. Made for me. No.
Made for me.
It was a sneaky slapper before.
Okay, yeah. Made for Me. I put that over the beat, and it sounds pretty nice if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
But
I was questioning that song. I saw it and I was like, what's Lay Banks? And then it was Tell Your Girlfriend. I was like, I didn't know anything about it, but
nah, it's they like it. It's a Jersey club song, but it does that like in and out the way like Ice Spice and Nicki Barbie song does. Like it'll be like halftime and then Jersey club, and then but it samples Pony. It samples Genuine
cool.
Pony. Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, I guess we got to play that one too.
She's had a few of similar TikTok songs. Like it's all like Jersey club sounding.
And she's from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Shit. All right, we'll check that out. Like That by Layla at number 3 is I think it's a slow song. I just checked that out. Shabuzi is number 4. Pedro Jacksamy is number 5. It's a Latin record. Flo Minor is. All right, guys. I'm not reading the Latin records anymore. I
Floyd
butcher.
Mayweather, Gata Only.
Yeah, I butcher every Latin record I got to read on this thing. So I just
They're
not going.
Chilean dudes.
I'm getting destroyed here. Dea is Hideaway. That's weird. That's back at number 7.
Old one.
Yeah.
What is that song?
Dea Hideaway. She was big in like 2016.
Oh, really? Hideaway, the dance song.
Yeah. Is it
that one? Oh no.
Yeah, it's like a pop record. It's a pop record.
That song, yeah.
It's just number 7. Phoebe Bridges. I don't think we need to talk about that one. Kendrick, Not Like Us is number 9. And Artemis, I Like the Way You Kiss Me is number 10 on the TikTok charts. I think that song I love that song.
I'm actually playing that now. That's actually on one of my lists.
Oh,
I heard you guys talk about that before. I don't think
that was
know.
I brought it up last time because I was like, I feel like this is it's refreshing. It sounds like one of those indie dance pop records.
It's almost like Electro Clash.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. Electro Clash. Wow.
But do you play it though? Do you play it?
I do.
Yeah.
I actually played it at Little Sister. They were there. I mean, he was there actually. I've been playing it.
Who?
Artemis.
I thought it was a girl.
No. Yeah.
She. She. I don't know.
It's a he, she?
No.
Artemis was there because they were like, "Yo, can you give a shout out to Artemis?" They are there.
They?
I don't know. So I played it. Everyone knew it, and so I played it at the Palace. Everyone knew it.
Yeah.
I think after we said it on the podcast, it just blew up. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we can take credit for that.
Yeah.
If
I'm not gonna say that we don't make hits,
Yeah.
but
I got a feeling you're going to be hearing a
suggest
lot
hits.
about Kendrick Lamar after this podcast that we're talking about.
Oh, Kendrick's career is gonna.
this guy's
His
gonna
career's
take
going
off.
to take off after
This
this.
Kendrick
Take
guy,
off.
he's got a future after this podcast. I'll tell you that. Speaking of Kendrick, he's number 1 in New York City right now with Not Like Us on the Apple charts. Drake, Family Matters, number 2. Gunna, One of One, but ONE of WUN.
Wanna.
I don't know that one. Another Gunna record. On
He just came out with it now.
One tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I was like. And Chef G is Everything Lit. Is
Drill.
number 5. Okay. That's not, I do not know that. Okay. Let's go to Los
not a
Angeles.
surprise.
Listen, guys, I'm just reading here. That's all I do. Kendrick, Not Like Us is number 1. So Kendrick's obviously in Los Angeles. And then Philly, like I said, Philly's Kendrick, Not Like Us as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So it's almost like people are taking sides, I feel like. Or cities are taking sides.
No, he did it's a mustard beat. It's danceable. It's movable.
But mustard beats. Okay, so here's another question for you because you're in Philly. Me in Chicago, Mustard Records did not take off until they really got commercial. So if I was in LA, I'd play or even Vegas, Mustard Records or that tempo would crush it. But in Chicago, it didn't have that reaction when
Really? I feel like that tempo is just the universal hip hop club tempo. I get
100
so
BPM.
mad that so many artists are allergic to 100 BPM records. Like it makes our job so much easier. Like especially on the warm up, like when people are just getting there, like you need to just keep that foundational like 100 BPM where you're not going over the top, but you're like letting it simmer and people can come in and still dance. I love that Mustard era. I hope it comes back because I hope people start hollering at him to make more records like that.
I think
You like
after
that
this,
vibe,
for sure.
that was
It's the best thing to come out of this thing is like people remembering how
Bringing more
awesome
mustard,
Mustard's 100 BPM production is.
I mean, even when I played in Chicago, Jersey, I was playing a lot of Mustard stuff. Like Ballin' was like 95.
Well, the
sped up.
Jeremiah, don't tell him. That's got to be.
Don't
huge.
tell
that has
him.
a,
Yeah, Roddy
I think
Rich does
different.
well here.
Yeah,
Roddy
I think
Rich.
those records.
Roddy Rich, yeah. Well,
I
Roddy,
think it's I think it's a certain tempo that like, you know, the 100. A lot of the rooms, you know, at least for the most part, they were just like energy. LA's energy and the Mustard records, like they're cool with that. That's energy for LA. For
Okay.
Chicago, that's
Vegas.
not energy. That's kind of like sleep. You know, it's like you know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a different type of energy, and I think the West Coast energy compared to the East Coast is completely different in terms of.
Yeah. And I wonder if what I just said about like 100 BPM being this like classic foundational tempo, I wonder if that's just me being older. Like, is my ear just used to that? You know?
I think that
No,
like,
I find myself playing 100 BPM
it's a good pocket
in the middle too. Yeah, it's a good pocket to be in.
It's a good pocket. It's happy because you can go the Jay-Z. I remember, you know, some of the Jay-Z records from back in the day, the Pharrell record, or like.
Well, they
Bring
were
'Em
all
the
that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's how you start the night and you build it. And then once you get it there via those records, then you go up tempo, double time it into halftime. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
but you don't start off playing like 65 BPM. To me, you know, like that.
I agree,
That's just
yeah.
weird to me, you know?
Right. With me, I actually go into the middle. I'll even make a left turn and just do like Loyal. I don't fuck with you. All that stuff, because now those are actually throwbacks. So all the club goers currently, that's nostalgic for them, which now brings all the 100 BPM back. Like, Tatiana randomly still does. I mean, now does well again.
It's almost. That's interesting you said that. I noticed that's like bigger than kind of when it first came out.
Right. All those things are now back, but they're just all throwbacks. So he kind of just hit it at the right time. And with, you know, Soak City and all that other stuff, like it's time to
Soak
bring
City
back
has
Mustard.
energy. I feel like some of those records, but then the older, I don't know. It's
No. That's what I'm saying. Like now that they brought hit, now that he has a hit, all right. Now that song's a hit, it you know, Not Like Us.
Yeah, it opens the door to bring them all
to everything
back.
else in. Yeah. All right. Well, keeping on that whole rap beef movement, I think you guys, I guess I think we kind of covered most of it, because I think we were talking about more or less what your opinions were on the whole thing, and not anyone. I think it's over at this point, right? I don't know if that
Seems like it.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting though, because it's now, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a coastal beef, but it kind of is now. I was watching DJ Academics' stream when Not Like Us dropped, and he actually brought up a good point. When Drake did that song with the AI with Snoop and Tupac, it kind of almost like conjured up the West Coast to be like, oh, now this isn't a Kendrick thing. This is a West Coast. You're going to bring two of our guys against one of our guys. And then it became a coastal thing.
Yeah.
And Academics talked about it, and when he brought somebody else on the stream, I was like, I actually didn't even look at it that way, but that is kind of what he did.
I can see that. I think it started. That's what I was really confused by. Like, it seemed like Philly, you know, when I was looking at the charts, it's like, you know, Kendrick, and I think even New York had more Kendrick than it did Drake. But I think Drake would be more technically East, right?
Yeah. Charts are so weird now, though. But the way like streaming factors into them, like you know what?
They're weird, but they're not, because the city charts are they're pretty accurate, because when if there's a Chicago record, it will be number one, but it won't be in LA, and it will not be in New York. Yeah. So I feel like, yes, charts don't make a difference. Maybe it's so much on like, that's why I always get confused when you see like the Billboard Hot 100, but I'm like, if you look at the city charts, that's not really the top song in that
Do you remember if that Lay Banks record was on the Philly chart?
Lay Banks was, I can look right now. Lay Banks, let me see really quick.
Lay Banks is not on New York's. I'm looking at it.
Can you
now.
pull
Or
up
is that
Philly?
just internet? Is that just internet, you know?
This is Apple Music's charts for cities.
So they have specific like charts. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Yeah, it's not that important if you can't find it.
No, you brought it up. We were gonna do our research.
No,
is what
we're gonna find this.
we
shit.
dissect.
I'm just curious to see like
Here we go. Okay, you said what's the Low
the Lay Banks.
Lay Banks.
Tell your
Lay
girlfriend.
Banks? No, it's not.
But
See,
Lay
that's
Banks isn't even on
interesting.
Phillies either.
That's what
For
I mean.
Apple
Like,
No, it's not. It's Kendrick's #1, and then Post Malone. I had some help. The new country record. This one I was going to talk about.
in
but
Philly.
Lay Banks is
yeah,
not.
that's weird.
No, it's not on
then
there.
again,
Philly's
Gunna's on there.
changing. Philly's changing. With the Post Malone song is #2.
It's happening. So okay, cool. Speaking of country, I wanted to talk about that Post Malone. I mean, are you guys playing any country at all with the Shabuzi? Or I mean, that Post Malone and Morgan Wallen just came out, but is it crossing over into any of your rooms? Are you guys doing anything with that? Any country?
It is slowly
Haven't had
trickling
the-
into New York.
Yeah.
Both
Haven't
of
had
you
the
guys?
opportunity
Yeah.
yet.
Good.
No, go ahead.
I kind of just stay away from it. Like that's one thing where I'm like, if I feel like the crowd is completely wanting country, but one person asking for country is not going to affect whether or not I play country. I still just.
No country at all in any of your
I mean, I'll
sets?
play the Beyonce. I'll play some stuff off Beyonce because that's different. You know, that
Yeah.
Beyonce. That's Beyonce. But even that, I still, if I'm going to play Beyonce, it's probably going to be something more off Renaissance. But there is that Shabuzi dude is on her album, and there is a cool song, the Sweet Country Buckin'. It's kind of like a club beat, but it's got different parts, and there's like a second part. I just drop it from the end. It's dope. It's pretty.
Seems
dope.
like more of these artists are starting to cross over a little bit more. I noticed that Stagecoach. If you saw some of the artists that were performing, like Post Malone did a whole country set, and the Shabuzi was on. There were so many DJs at Stagecoach this year. I thought, and Shabuzi was just popping up and doing his song. It's just kind of just climbing, and I feel like that gap that we used to have from country to the hip hop world, especially with Beyonce and all these projects that are coming out, I feel like it's becoming more of a crossover scene, and not necessarily like honky tonk country, but it's more of like this fun party
Pop country. Basically.
pop country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
will
we
probably
have
play that Tipsy song. I just haven't played it yet. I haven't
We
found
have-
the right time, but I'll give
we
that
have-
a shot.
we have Shabuzi headlining Marquee tomorrow.
Oh shit.
So
There you
country's here.
go. Yeah. Because
Country's
Shabuzi's
definitely
there.
here. Yeah, because he's
Shabuzi's
headlining
here, man. It's
so, I mean, New York's embracing country. I mean, it's trickling in now. I'm doing I'm doing Shabuzi.
But do you got to do it? You got to do a country like we all kind of did. Like, all right, maybe you pay 15 minutes of Latin, 15 minutes of dance
Right.
hall, or like Afrobeat. Are you playing 15 minutes of country now?
No, I got like 3 songs, 4
Yeah,
songs. Shania Twain.
5 to 10 minutes.
You play
Yeah.
Shania Twain? You go that far? Mm-hmm. Oh
Well,
shit!
the
Okay.
Feels
Man,
Like
I
a
Feel
Woman
Like a
is a
Woman?
banger. Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost like a '90s pop song.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
It's a left
I don't
turn.
I don't think of that as country. I think of that as like playing
Yeah.
like "Waiting for Tonight," Jennifer Lopez, something like that. It's just like a throwback banger.
Yeah, that's a sing along.
Even though I don't play that song that much, like I know a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. I mean, I played Shabuzi at Little Sister, which is predominantly all hip hop.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
So-
Well, there you go. Shabuzi is banging. Speaking of the DJs, the whole scene and everything, EDC is going on. Depending on when you guys are listening to this podcast, but if I want to ask, because we're DJs or in the music scene, if you were to go to EDC, are there certain artists that stick out to you more than others, where some of the stuff may be oversaturated, or like how many times can I see so and so, or it's just like, is there anyone new that's bubbling, or someone that you would go and actually see if you had a comp ticket or whatever?
Comp ticket. I would go see Peggy Goo, and because I've never seen her, I just want to see what the hype is all about. Paul Oakenfold, he's on the
legend.
lineup, and I would be I'm interested to go see what's going on with that guy. And no one else really, like Hugo and Friends, because I like that Latin house vibes.
Oh, Hugo. Yeah, I like his
Yeah,
stuff
Hugo's
too.
dope.
Yeah.
So, but Paul Oakenfold and Peggy is like two interesting ones that I would probably go check out.
All right, low budget. What do you got?
Yeah, I don't know who's. I'm gonna assume everyone's on playing
Just
this.
everybody.
everyone, yeah.
yeah.
So like, is James hype?
Sure.
Yeah, he should be,
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah. I actually, yeah.
I would like to see him because I hear he like gets busy with like multiple mixes, and then his song "Wild" I really like. Like I'm really kind of pushing that. That's like, to me, that's a natural banger. Like people don't need to know it to like get hyped to it.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like him, and I like Hugo too. I like that Latin house stuff.
Cool. Neil?
Nope, I don't have any.
James Hype just seems like a cool dude too. If you follow him on Instagram, he seems like a super down to earth guy who's like always giving advice.
I only see him on Instagram going ham on
Dude,
CDJ.
he's jacked too. I don't want to. I saw him with his shirt off. Like,
what the? Where are we going with this?
You thinking of Joe Corey? Are you thinking of Joe Corey?
No.
He is jacked.
Joe Corey's like a fucking Ken doll.
Let me. Okay. So let me just put this out there. There was this Instagram post, and he was like changing his shirt, like he was DJing live, but he wasn't trying to show off like, you know, he was jacked or anything. He took his shirt off to put a jersey on for the team that I forgot what city he was playing in. This dude like took his shirt off and he looked like, I mean, it looked fake. I was like, there's no way that a DJ has like a bodybuilder type of physique.
Right.
I was kind of blown away because usually DJs are kind of like, yeah, they work out, but you know, late nights, shitty meals, flights, and everything like that. This
If you
guy
want to
was
headline EDC, you got to get that Ken doll physique.
Dude, but
wild.
Low Budget brought up Joel man, that dude, zero body fat.
Shredded, yeah.
Like he was
shredded.
playing at HQ, I think, with no shirt on. And I saw it on like somebody posted on an Insta story. I'm like,
They
what
said,
is going on here?
They call him the UK Pauly D. Is that what it is?
I love how all this just went to DJs without shirts on, who was like the top.
Well, yeah,
You started it.
I gotta say, my old partner Diplo was a main. He's a main force in that movement. Right?
I mean, he does.
I think
Yeah.
his last post was a shirtless post.
I know they're going to clip this,
He's
and
been
this is going to
shirtless
be.
for about a decade now. Yeah.
I can't wait to see the comments when they clip this up. This segment right here. This is going to be. Yeah, which DJs have the best body, man?
Back to James Hype. He's in Vegas, but I don't see him on the EDC lineup.
So maybe he's not there.
He's probably
at the gym. That's why he can't do EDC.
Yeah, he's like, not now, bro.
He's definitely going to be at Zook though, for sure.
Yeah.
But
all
yeah.
right. Well, I got DJ Snake. I always think he does some cool shit here and there. You know, like just something different. I like Purple Disco Machine. I like Purple Disco. I kind of want to see what he's got. Troy Boy is always fun. I think it's unique, a little bit left field. And then I like the Wookie.
Wookie.
I think it's very creative. I like going to sets that are not necessarily like what you expect. Kind of like, oh wow, they threw this left field record in there. So
You called him the Wookie?
Wookie.
That's like
Wookie.
That's like I'm gonna sign on to the Facebook. What's going on the Instagram?
That's all right.
Anyway, sorry.
I hate you guys right now. All right, new records are playing out. Who wants to start this? Just give me a few. Whatever you guys got. What's some hot shit? I actually Low Budget. You go first.
So the Lay Banks. That's one of my bigger ones. It's in terms of new. I don't really know how much new. Oh, you know what's what I play for the JT? Okay, do you know that song from JT from City Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She got City Girls, right?
That's a cool. The production kind of reminds me of like some 15-year-old like Jerzy song, but it's her. It's like it's kind of crunk between that and like Sexy Red, Get 'Em Sexy. They both have like a throwback like crunk feel to them. Like Sexy Red has that chanting like in an old Lil Jon song, and then the JT song has this like old like like an old like Jeezy type production.
Yeah,
the name's not coming to me now.
There's another one that's all. They also kind of flip that same sound. It's not Megan Thee Stallion, but I think it's called Boa. BOA.
Yeah, that is Megan, isn't it?
I think that is Megan.
Yeah,
and she also
I haven't
flipped
played
old,
that yet.
Old sound too.
What else do I got down here? Yeah, the Sweet Honey Buckin' is kind of cool, but I wouldn't say like you need to be playing that. That's something that's that's it for new stuff.
Yeah,
And Wild. The James Hype song on the dance floor. I like James Hype. Wild.
Wild. Okay, cool. Neil, what do you got?
I'm doing Fisher, Cash Cobain, the remix with Ice Spice.
Wow.
But that's a big New York record.
I haven't played that yet. I want to.
Yeah, that one, because it even has a dance. Like it's big, but especially in New York, it's like if all things fail, just drop that from the one and you're good. And it's very mellow, but it just grabs everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The bar song Shabuzi, that one's doing well. Whatever She Wants, Bryson Tiller, Get It Sexy, Sexy Red, and $1 Million Baby.
5, what do you got?
Well, I had $1 Million Baby, and what's it called? Keep It Simple. The Kendrick. They're Not Like Us. Keeping it simple today.
Cool. I got Mal P On Again. I like that record.
Oh, I don't even know that one.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I've
got
played that
Doja
yet.
Cat, ASAP Rocky called Urge.
I
I
don't
heard.
even know that one.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that one either.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jersey. What are you doing?
I
What are
did
you
some
doing right
research,
now?
you know, man. I just, I don't want to flex, but yeah.
But I kind of know my shit.
yeah, I like that. I like that record.
You're not copying from the Asian kid today.
No. Bryson Tiller. Yeah. I got Tiesto, Dimitri Vegas. There's another one that they did. They did the other Eminem song, the Stan song. But now they did Mockingbird.
Oh yeah. I played that a
Oh
lot.
shit!
Yeah. I don't know why they keep putting these like.
Mockingbird. What's that?
It's a new one. It's, so it's like
the actual
The nursery,
like,
the
Yeah.
nursery
No,
rhyme.
no,
or-
they
well, no, the
sample
Eminem, the sample like this, like the Eminem Mockingbird. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know that one.
Yeah, that they did another one that because the last one was like, was it Stan or was
not
the
so. Yeah, I mean it's
Oh, yeah,
technically
yeah, the Dido one. Not
Dido,
the
Dido, yeah.
That
But-
works. I play that a lot. That's kind of like my that like super fast techno pocket.
yeah?
where, like,
This is the same thing. This is
do you
exactly the
guys
same
play?
thing they did.
Do you guys
Mockingbird.
play Prada?
No, it's Prada.
No.
Ray. There's like 3 people involved. It's like 140. It's in that vibe, but it's Casso, Ray, and D Block. Ray is it's all UK.
RAYE.
Yeah, it's all UK. But like, yeah, people know that song. You might want to throw that into your 140.
Yeah,
dance
I need
music
that. I need
set.
that like 140 tempo like set of like 10 songs or 5 songs.
People know the hook. Sometimes they, you know how people are like, they don't know it's the song right away. And it gets to the hook and they're like, oh, I actually love this song. It's one of those. But yeah, there's a Bass Jackers remix that I usually play. That's dope. But yeah, I've been playing that for a while, but it's all in that pocket.
That 140.
Every time we touch like that. Like,
Hell yeah. That's what I ended with. There we go. Back to the classics.
Yeah.
Ones to watch. I got ones to watch. I'm just going to run through these real quick. I got Shabuzi. I think we've all talked about that bar song. And then Tommy Richmond. That's all I have to watch. Anybody else have
I don't
things that
think
are
you need to
bubbling?
watch that one. That one's like
Okay.
one
I heard I was going through new music last night and there's a new El Alfa song. You guys ever play Dembo at all?
Yeah,
El Alfa?
I do.
Yeah.
I play the hell
He's
out
got
of
a
it.
song with Quavo and it's super
No,
I actually
really?
downloaded it.
Yeah, it's super. It's called Manic Weta. It's super. And Quavo just does like a party chant over it. It seems like, I don't know how big it'll be. It'll probably be. It'll work here. Dembo seems to go pretty well, but it's fun. I'm gonna try and push it. It's like a record. I feel like it's not gonna take much to get people on your side if you play it.
Yeah.
Neil,
Oh, I thought
this is your segment,
low
man.
budget was going for. Oh, okay.
No,
I've got Slut Me Out 2 NLE Choppa.
Whoa.
It's
There's a sequel to it?
oh yeah.
There's
It's
a
up tempo,
uh,
right? Isn't
yeah,
it like
it's-
120 or something like that? Like it's actually
no,
like
no. It's yes.
it's halftime.
It's
Yeah.
not half. Oh my god. What is it? Because I'm getting confused.
I didn't even know there was a sequel to that song.
I downloaded it. Haven't played it. I never really played "Slut Me Out."
It's a big college record.
It's
I know.
128.
Kids.
Yeah,
They need to be more slut me out. They need some more slut me outs.
Mhm.
I'm doing Slut Me Out 2, OKJT, Overseas, Ken Carson, Chef G, Everything Lit, and After Hours, Kehlani.
Oh yeah, I like that. I've gotten a couple requests for that. Yeah, how easy is that to fit into?
Oh my god,
it's Coolie Dance.
The ladies sang to it.
The Kehlani record?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't even.
That's the one that like only girls know that.
I think I ran it too early, and but I sandwiched between a Kulo edit into EDM or house, whatever. But
I have a water over Coolie Dance, so they go together.
That's a good one.
I think it was DJ OD did that edit. Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shout out to OD.
5. What do you got for what's ones to watch?
I just have. I think Waiting for Tonight. I know it's a big song, but the Fisher one.
Yeah,
I think that one's gonna get played a lot because it just gives it a whole new,
familiar
energy. Yeah. I think.
Do you guys play that other Fisher remake of the Gautier?
No, it's too mellow, man.
Somebody that I used to.
Yeah, we'd have to do like a straight like house room,
Yeah, I think that's where I play it. Like they're already kind of in that trance. But I drop it just from the second verse, so they just get one hook of the girl singing the girl part. It's fun. People like.
That song was just like. It was so massive, and I even think if you play the original, it still comes back and super strong too. Okay, cool. So let's go really quick to what's the scenario. This came from Neil, actually. So what songs do you play to impress security? And I think we've all been in a situation before where you get that look where it's kind of like, they're there every single night and they have to put up with the shit. And if you're getting your ass kicked or someone's coming up, fucking with you, you want to have them have your back. So what are some songs that you play to keep them on your team? Go.
It just depends, right? Like at Win, it was like J Book Do It Again, because like a lot of security guys are like Islanders, right? And then certain clubs, places I go to, or certain clubs, they ask for like King Von or like the most mixtape rap shit.
That's my security over there.
Like I was at a club in Milwaukee, and they were asking for like Motley Crue and shit. So it just varies,
Okay.
I'll average out with most of the security that I work with, because like lately I've been working with the same ones. I've gotten requests from some of them for 4 bats. My buddy, Dave, and but I'll do Mr. Pot Scraper. It's really Bossman D-Lo's pretty much taking everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Pot Scraper, Finesse,
Hood,
Getting With
N-word
Me.
Shit.
Anything Jeezy. Anything Jeezy.
Oh,
wow. Future type shit. It's like, your hood stuff.
Low Beezy.
To be honest, I try not to let their opinions factor into what I do, because they're not the clientele, and it's not. I don't. No disrespect to my bouncers, but like I got enough to worry about what the actual paying customers need to hear. So I kind of don't really factor their opinions in at all. I mean, and eventually they will see me kill it, and they'll be like, and it could be playing dance music, it could be playing hip hop, it could be playing whatever. When they see me kill it, then they'll be like, "Yo, you killed it," And so I don't really like. I try not to let that affect me. I don't think that's good if you're thinking about what security wants to hear.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like the last song. Like I'm
the very end.
Like to just like as a fun.
Kind of like a wink. Like, hey man, I got you too.
I have this. It's like a meter, and I need to hit the top of the meter, and when you hit that meter, you get a. I see you, DJ.
Yeah.
I need that. I need that validation.
I feel like I'll get that like just doing me at some point, but it could be like.
So you don't play a lot of Taylor Swift and like One Direction in your sets that you need to like get them back.
No. Well, when I do the dance floors, I'll have like dance remixes. That's way more poppy, and I know like sometimes they might think I'm corny if I'm playing old stuff, but they might want to hear like Lil Durk or something like that. But like, I just do what's best for the room. But I like I said, like eventually I will play a set that they love.
Yeah.
And that's, it might not happen the first night they see me, but eventually, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, I see you.
It comes together at the end. My security is pretty strong.
Afrobeats is always like a good common, like everyone, like it's like a good, like a
middle ground.
Yeah. Well, it's a good like credibility like establisher. You know, like okay, like he's not just like completely clueless. You know.
Yeah. I got my security is pretty tough. So I got. I got Chief Keef, Wiz Khalifa, Hate Being Sober. That's just a classic. I think it's fun at the end of the night. Young Dolph, Key Glock Major.
Yep.
Lil Zay, Osama, 61st to 64th. I'm not sure if anyone would know. I think it's a Chicago, like real some shit Chicago record. And then Soul for Real, Candy Rain.
Whoa.
Wow.
Really? Sneaky slapper for the bouncer.
You know, there's that one that's a little bit older, and he's just like, "This is my shit right here."
Yeah, that's for the old heads.
Yeah, I think like that set for like the Philly crowd, like what you kind of described, it would be like finito into computers, into like any Meek Mill song, like that classic, like okay, this is we're about to get hype now, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. That's exactly, you know, just kind of like these guys just, you know, they have our back, so we got to have theirs. That's the way I looked at it. Really quick. Okay, so I'm just going to run through these. We got a bunch of edit submissions from you guys, so thank you so much for sending them over. We're gonna, and if some of them came, we kind of did a little bit of a deadline of last night. So if some came afterwards, we'll add those to the next show. But shout out to DJ Knife, Rob C, DJ Notice, Bruce Briscoe, and Carson Hoy, Steve Spin, Bossa Nova, Dyer, D-Y-R-E? Dyer. Okay. Airloosh, FWB, Parlay, Lil Fax Machine, and Mr. Ferbs. So we got all your edits. Thank you guys so much for sending them in. We're just going to go around real quick to, I guess, Neil and Five. You heard them. Which ones? And then, by the way, all these edits are going to be available that we're speaking of. The ones that we picked are going to be on Headliner Music Club. And there'll be like a little note next to it says like, as talked about on Earbuds or whatever we're going to decide that Scratchy decides to do. So go ahead. Somebody go first.
I'll go. I had a few that I liked. We got Made in France, Feel the Vibe edit from Bossa Nova. I always like that record by DJ Snake. Great energy. You know, it's a good what's it called?
That was dope.
Reboot of it.
Yeah.
Tekka. It's a Notice Garacha remix edit.
Oh yeah, that was dope too.
Another Snake record, actually. Damn, I'm a big DJ Snake fan. I just realized it. Gimme Gimme, Rob C edit. Just he kept like a lot of the original song in the edit, and he just added some tech drums to it, and it's really no drop. It's just good energy, and I like those three a lot. So those are my three. We're doing three, right?
Yeah, just whatever. Just go ahead. I got like 75 we got. So
I got a few more than three. I mean, I went through all of them.
I went through all of them too.
Yeah, we got to narrow them down to like,
I'm not going to forgive you for this, by the way. Like, man, you go, hey, man. You go, hey, we should ask the DJs to send edits. I'm like, okay, cool. Next thing you know, Scratchy's sending me emails every second going, oh, we got more. And now the submissions were Dropbox folders of 45, and I'm going through each song trying to pick one. I'm like, bro, like,
look, actually, I want to thank everybody who listens, because
just so many.
I just didn't think that there was going to be that many, because I didn't think
that many people listened to the podcast. I didn't think that. I'm like, thank you.
So I was like, oh shit, people listen to us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Actually, one honorable mention is Apollo XO just sent me his $1 Million Baby remix. It was really
bro. I didn't get a chance to hear that one. I want to hear.
I just got it right now. I peeped it like right before the show. I didn't add it because I didn't want to stress out.
Run through yours real quick.
Okay, I got a few of them. And it goes all over the place because a lot of people that were submitting them in, it was there were mashups, there was bootlegs, there was all sorts of things. There was a couple remixes. So I also had Made in France, the DJ Snake Bossa Nova Feel the Vibe edit. That was dope. The Hillbillies by FWB with Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem. That was dope. He actually made one that I just want to make an honorable mention because it had me dying. I mean, it basically is the same song. It was Boss Mandilo, but the FWB edit. And really all he did was, it's called FWB edit. The vocals are on beat this time.
Oh, I saw that.
It's just the song.
No, it sounds so much better though. Yeah.
Wait, what song is this?
It was Get In With Me, but
it's on beat.
Yeah,
so
if you
it's
listen to the song.
He's like, I wasn't mad at school. I was like,
Yeah,
but it's sounds so good if you have OCD.
Yeah.
It sounds like, oh my god.
Someone did that with Tatiana.
Sexy Red.
Tatiana, yeah, Sexy Red too. Tatiana did that one too.
Yeah,
Someone did that
I'm kind of torn on that because I feel like that's the song. If I was the artist, I'd be so like that's whether we think it sounds weird. That's probably what other people like
rap,
about it.
When they perform, how do you purposely rap off beat? Like, how do you don't have like a metronome in your ear that's telling you to go?
I feel like the engineer shifted it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do?
I think it's
how do you even
style.
do that live?
I think it's an intentional style. I think.
But how do you? But there's timing when you're doing it live, right? So how would you know where you're hitting?
Maybe it was on beat, and he was like, "Nah, throw it off a little bit."
Like, I don't know how you perform that live. That's like telling a drummer to be like, you got to be off beat when you're playing.
No, I'm
still
saying
a pattern.
Maybe he recorded it on beat, and he was like, "Nah, dog, let's go a little bit off beat on this one.
I want to be different."
Yeah, and then also, I think it's Pulso by Lil Fax Machine and Mr. Ferbs. It's drill. But they did a dope edit that I'm actually I got to play after this for SoundCloud and Live Nation, and I'm definitely playing that one.
It's like that ballet and drill edit, right?
No. This one was
Pulso. Zach Tabulio?
Yes.
Oh, now who can't pronounce the Spanish records? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got really quick. I got Queen and Air Louche. We Will Stump and Grind. That's just. I don't know. I like the Queen stuff. Like when people throw that in because it's pretty familiar for most people. Key Glock, Let's Go. He just used the OG sample. It just sounds louder. It's just fun for me. I don't know. Mac Miller, The Spins, the Disco House edit. I think The Spins is it's a pretty big record. So I like.
Yeah,
those
I
a
heard
lot.
you guys talk about that. I did get a request for that, and in the moment I was like, how? Like what? And then
Dude, that's like a classic.
You did a new
college
disco version.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm doing it regularly, actually.
I gotta try it.
It's a good song just to have in your collection. Yeah. And then Scratchy wanted me to say that if you sign up for Headliner Music Club, use the code EARBUDS, 2 words, and you get 50% off your first month. So if you want to get any of these edits we just spoke about, sign up for Headliner Music Club. You get 50% off your first month.
Do it.
And use the code EARSpaceBuds, and you could thank Scratchy for that. So there you go.
I had some help. Post Malone, Morgan Wallen Broadway edit. That was also a very
There's already
good
an
one.
edit? That song just came out.
It was in our edit submission.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was very
on
good,
it,
actually.
man. People are on it.
I didn't
It
even
was
know.
EDM.
Okay, sneaky slappers really fast. Let's roll through these. Who wants to go first? Actually, low budget. Why don't you go?
So yeah, I didn't really have anything too sneaky. Some songs I've been bringing back. Young Ma. Young
Oh,
Ma.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like when I play that, and obviously you play it next to Bobby Shmurda, but when I play that, I've been seeing a reaction where, like we said with the other songs, there's like a new crop of club goers out that weren't around when that was in the club. That was their shit in like high school.
I love that record.
Because that song's a good, like, what,
It's a
7
girl.
years
It's a good
old now,
female.
right?
Like, I feel like the females relate to that
and
record
it's
a
super
lot.
fun to rap to, right?
Yeah.
Like and then I call her Heavenly. So when I drop that, I've been noticing like people are not just enjoying it, but they're kind of a little surprised to hear it. Like, oh, I didn't think this was coming. So that's kind of where I think the sneaky part comes in. To them, it's like it sneaks up on them, and they're like, oh yeah. I don't know if I really have anything else other than that. I'll probably think of something later that'll bother me. But yeah, I think that's really it as far as some throwbacks I've been playing. I'm kind of in that period now where I'm looking at that time period as the new throwbacks, like what's going to be the next No Hands that's super huge, even though it's 14 years old. So it's kind of start looking at that period, like 2015.
The ones that come back around, the reoccurrence.
So you know what I'm actually starting to hear again, and it's funny because it's in a Wingstop commercial is No Type. It's actually it's big now again.
I don't know
if shout out to Wingstop, but
during the NBA, there's a commercial. I think it might be for one of the gambling apps or like NBA where they're playing Down in the DMs in the background.
I
heard that.
Dude,
I heard
and
that.
the Christina Aguilera. What a guy! What a boy want, or what a girl wants.
For a commercial.
Oh my God.
Dude, Snapchat me that pussy, NBA fans.
I love it. I love it. 5, what do you got?
I love that song, though. That was a great song.
5, what do you got for Sneaky Slappers?
I got one. I don't know if we've ever spoke about it, but Cyclone by Baby Bash.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Nebraska during the tornado.
Probably not appropriate. Yeah.
Weird.
Ben played it, and Ben, the opener, GM, bar manager, he does it all there. Open with it, and the kids were going nuts. And then when I went on wrestling the night,
These are college kids that know Snike. These are college kids that know Cyclone.
And they were
young.
I got 3 requests for it, and I didn't not have it in my USB. So sorry, kids.
Damn. Okay, I got. This is a shout out to 4 Color Zach because I went to the party for what is it called, Lovers and Friends at Live, and they canceled Lovers and Friends, but Akon still showed up. And,
he was the only one on stage,
dude. Akon's. I didn't know Akon still has fans like that. This guy.
Oh yeah,
my God.
The Akonnaissance, I call it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Akon's got a strong.
Not to be confused with the Colby O'Donaissance.
No,
but it's
Colby O'Donis.
It's that,
oh my
that
God.
era, right? Like that era hit people. You know, that era was
the
huge.
Akon is if you're a talent buyer, like put your money on him because I don't know what he costs, but I could imagine you'd get your money back on that. He packed the room. It was wild in there. But I just had sex and Lonely Island. That it's a funny song, but it has a big synth in it. It has this and the hook is really strong. I wouldn't necessarily play the verse, but that hook is just so big. And the place went off for it, and because Akon was there and he's performing it, but it's just it's a funny kind of left field record. If you get to that point of the night where you're just I don't know. The other one was I heard Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, and
really
everyone sang it, dude, top of their lungs.
Oh yeah,
that's always been kind of.
That's a standard, and I have an up-tempo remix of it too. I actually put it away because I was getting so tired of it. So maybe, it's
dude,
time to bring it back.
I never really played that record, and now I'm hearing the way that girls are screaming, even guys, fuck it, everyone's screaming.
I never played it when it was new.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No.
But now it's the crowds that are coming to the clubs, that is a go-to.
It's almost too old for them all now, though.
I thought
right?
so too.
Yeah, that's
but
what I thought. So
that's why I started putting it away. I was that late '90s boy band,
but you can't think
they're
of it.
30 years old now.
But dude, that's Queen. Least. That's Queen to us because we'd be if my parents would be oh, why do you listen to Queen? Mm-hmm. And I'm yeah, they're huge. That's the same shit as the Backstreet Boys or all these groups. They're just they have a legacy and they're still touring and they're doing everything.
They're doing the casino circuit,
the cruise.
They're doing big shows still.
There's New Kids on the Block. They do the cruise.
Yeah, cruise. All right, Kendrick slappers. What are some Kendrick left field? I'm just gonna throw 3 out really quick. I got Family Ties. With the one with Schoolboy Q, Collard Greens, I like that one.
Yeah.
And then Backseat Freestyle. I kind of just use that acapella though. That whatever he says in that acapella.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, and I just put a beat underneath it with something else coming in. But those are my 3. Go ahead, somebody else.
I've got Family Ties, Money Trees, Not Like Us, but then I'm also doing All the Stars, SZA and Kendrick.
Damn it, you took one of mine.
Yeah, nab that shit. Give me that.
I like to go first. I just like to get them all out before anybody else can talk. Low B, why don't you go first? Or next?
I don't know if I've never played too much Kendrick other than the like
Mad City.
Humble,
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
I remember playing the one a little bit. I got a bone to pick. The West Coast one.
Yeah.
And then I'll play Not Like Us, but I never really played much Kendrick.
I mean, it makes sense.
Other than the hits. Like, yeah.
5, go.
I had all the stars. Die Hard, good for the R&B parties. DNA. Wait, did we say DNA?
No, it's a DNA.
Loyalty for the ladies.
For the ladies.
For the ladies. And yeah, that's my little Kendrick set.
Sweet.
But yeah, Mad City and Humble, DNA is still in my Family Ties. Yeah, never left.
Yeah.
But Family Ties, like, recent, but.
I'm surprised the Taylor Swift Kendrick wasn't on yours, Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Why am I getting labeled the Taylor Swift?
I mean, we're talking about Kendrick, but it just so happens he did one with Taylor.
But yeah, I'm not the Taylor
With
Swift.
a Bad Blood remix, right?
Yep.
Actually,
Okay.
Just
I
saying.
need that.
I don't play that. Thanks, guys.
I play it actually.
Bad Blood is
Yeah.
You know
still
what that
a
song reminds me of, Neil? Like when we used to do Rumor and like just trying to fill space that wasn't like too hip hop or too. Like, I'm just like just trying to fill time.
It
up
just
songs
merged
like that.
everything
All right.
and made it okay.
And no one liked it. Like you're like, like let me just piss everyone off evenly. you
Yeah,
know?
you're just trying to get to 2:00 at that point. Like, I'm just gonna throw this one out there.
Let's get to Lobi's section. Thank you so much for putting up with us for the last I don't know how
man,
long it's been,
it's fun.
hour
Yeah, man.
and a half,
Appreciate
maybe
you, man.
whatever we're at. But low budget. If anyone doesn't know, he was a co-founder of HOLLERTRONIX with his partner Diplo. And I think the Holler board and all those things, it depends on what generation you are, but grabbing your music. But even for me, I do remember going onto those boards, and it was kind of almost like the Bloghouse era. I feel like, and
There's a lot mashups, Bloghouse, right?
it was just good
the mashup
shit
era.
you would find on
Yeah.
there.
I describe it as like SoundCloud before SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Dude, I was
For
literally
sure.
about to say that.
Yeah, it was just a way to, if you had an edit or a remix, if you posted it on there, it was gonna get heard by people that would play it. You know,
Yeah.
which is like what I loved about the internet in general at that time was everything was so like brand specific and target audience. Like your aunt wasn't on there, your niece wasn't on there. Everyone you communicated with was relevant to what you did. You know, and then like there was a tipping point right around that time where the entire world was online. But like that was a sweet spot. Like, and I think it just capitalized on that place. And then like anything else, like SoundCloud came along and Twitter came along.
But that was definitely, it was almost like was it like a hype machine, or what was that site that we used to use? Or hype?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
remember.
Cheesesteaks
Yeah.
machine.
It kind of all like that whole. I just remember digging for records, and I say digging because we were just on the internet going to these like sites that might give us a virus or not. We don't know, and
Like
we're just over here.
Hype
Like,
Machine was about the music, and like the Hollerboard was like almost like a community and the music at the same time. So it was like Facebook and Hype Machine at the same time.
who were some of the
it's-
people that came out of, just for reference for people that are not aware, who are some people that kind of were on there that you can speak on, or that,
I mean, Four Color Zach was a huge. He was really big. Like actually, when I used to play in Seattle, like he would actually he'd be playing with me. Like he was just starting to like get a following out there.
Oh, wow.
So every city had like that dude that was kind of on the same vibe, and like he was one. God, there's so many. Everyone lurked. As far as people, I think like Four Color Zach did a lot. But even
Spank
weird,
Rock was
like-
on there.
Oh yeah.
Spank Rock, wow.
It's almost like oh man, it's almost like anyone at that time. All the like Flostradamus dudes, you know, they would post stuff. A-Track would post stuff.
Fuck.
Even like some dance music producers now, like Duke Dumont.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like my Dirty South Joe, who was the moderator, he was like way more invested than I, because I was actually traveling a lot at the time, and he was like super. He would be like better to ask because he knew. Everybody's like, oh yeah, he used to be on Hollerboard. Oh, that guy used to be on Hollerboard. His name was Funky Machine
So-and-so,
or
yeah.
something like that. Funky Machine. But it's actually like if you think of it, pretty much anyone that was popping at that time, like even AM would check in sometimes. And like I said, even if you didn't post, like everyone was still like.
That
lurking.
Rockticon was on there too.
Oh yeah, he was a classic character. Yeah, he was like the villain. Like that's the thing. Everyone had like their role, and like, he was an agitator. Yeah. But it led to great things. And then like of course all my Philly homies were on there, and it started as like more of a community to just because when we started HOLLERTRONIX, one of the biggest virtual word of mouths was that there was these local message boards that like graffiti writers would start, and like people would, and it was like all like hipster graffiti writer kids. They just started message boards because it was pre like MySpace or whatever, and so like you'd go on there and it'd be like, yo, I heard so-and-so went over so-and-so's tag, and there'd be like graffiti beef. And then there'd be like, yo, we were at this party and so-and-so got it was like Philly party gossip and beef. And so one of our big, like you would go on there after HOLLERTRONIX and be like, yo, I was at HOLLERTRONIX last night and this happened. So that was like what that got the ball rolling on the hype of the party, So when we started getting bigger, we were like, we should start a message board of our own. But that was kind of the original intent. It was really just to be like, talk shit, talk about music, talk about whatever. And then we added the section air horns because it had like different sections. There was the main one, and then there was air horns, and then there was like a bunch of different ones. But air horns was where you would post your MP3s, and that's actually what everyone started coming.
I got a lot of B-more records from that. I remember there's a lot of B-more at the time and stuff like that. But speaking of, you're talking about the Philly and like just the I guess the community that you guys came together on, and because of this and everything like that. I feel like Philly has this like rich history of DJs just coming out of Philly, from Jazzy Jeff to AM, Diplo. I mean, Rocky,
ton of people.
Rocky was in Philly, and
Cosmo Baker,
sure.
Sat One,
but
XL. I mean, we can go on for days, right?
And yourself, what's the special sauce? Like, why is Philly? What's happening? Is it what's blowing?
I think
Philly
it's just like a tradition. Like it's something that when you start DJing in this city, like you're aware of all those people, so when you do it, you better do it right. And I think maybe that started when you think about hip hop DJing like starts in New York in 70s and 80s, and then Philly's like the next thing. It's like the closest thing to it. And Jazzy Jeff and Cash Money and like Tat Money and Miz and all those 80s dudes were really into battling, and as well as like Philly has a big block party culture where like you just block off your street and then you set up, and sometimes you get a permit and sometimes you just do it. But it's like it's a big part of Philadelphia history, and a big like activity in the city is for a neighborhood to have a block party. So I think the combination of that turntablism with the party rocking for the neighborhood aspect, it kind of just made it be this that the tradition started to form around being technically awesome and also rocking the party at the same time.
Is it the exposure of the block parties giving people exposure? Is that what's it seems like people are coming out of Philly with somewhat of a following or some
I
sort
don't know.
of like,
I don't know how big the block parties play now, but I think just in terms of developing the Philly style, in terms of like battling was popular, like Cash Money, Jazzy Jeff, all those dudes were always battling, inventing some of the most foundational like scratches that we would use, and combining that with like still having to play for like regular people, in your neighborhood. So it developed like a set of like bangers, like we call it the block party set, that like, there's just certain songs that are huge in Philly that like outside like no one really knows.
That's my next. That's going to be save those because we're going to ask you what songs are the the Philly bangers.
But that's been going on forever, and I just feel like from that point, when you start to DJ, you kind of have this in mind, and you're like, I want to be accepted by this like hierarchy before me, so I'm going to make sure I at least am good at this, at least a certain level of skill in this area, party rocking, scratching, mixing, you know what I mean? Like all the things you're going to make sure you have
cover it all.
Yeah.
Got it. What is, this was a question that I kind of had about Philly, is that because it is such a huge market, it's, I don't know, I forgot what it's ranked in the country,
it's
but
like it's like fifth or sixth.
Fifth,
right?
yeah.
Like population wise, we like flip flop back and forth. Like
it's pretty. It's a very big market, and we as an open format DJ, and I think like we all travel and stuff like that. Philly for me, or I'm sure Five. I've never played Philly. It just didn't seem like. They never had like open format rooms, like, you know, or just travel DJs would go to these specific places. Like Chicago had at one time, I think that I counted 7. They were bringing people in. LA always had them. Vegas, of course. You know, there's always these certain rooms where, you know, it's like, hey, they're bringing in people from out of town. I feel like Philly was always very territorial. Like they kind of were like, we're going to keep it with our guys. Mm-hmm. Just because the closest I ever played to Philly was Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And I was doing that once a month, and they were flying us out a lot. But when it came down to like, hey, we land in Philly and we just drive to AC. And I would always ask, a lot of the DJs from AC were coming from Philly. And I'm like, what's the scene over there? Like, why can't we play there? You know, it's like, it was like almost like gatekeeping. Like what's the reason for that? Or what's the situation?
I think it's kind of what you said, like, and kind of what I was just describing. It's like Philadelphia. It's kind of like, despite its huge population, that population, it's very like working class. So one, like, it's like the neighborhood of cities, you know? So like, we like our own guys. People want to go where they know the DJ. People want to go where they know the bartender, where, oh yeah, like so-and-so works at that club. Like it's very local. It's a very local mindset. And, in terms of like bottle service, like there's bottle service here. Like Neil used to DJ at Rumor and places like that, but they're not there anymore. And there's still bottle service, but I think, like you said, in terms of population, despite how big it is, it's not a big like baller population. Like it's not someone who's gonna be like, if you're going out to spend like crazy amounts of money on bottles, that's a one-time thing. And you probably shouldn't be doing it. Like you're you know what I mean? Like,
come on, man. You don't have the money for that.
It's not a financially, it's not a financially responsible thing to do, but maybe it's your birthday and you want to do this thing that people say is cool, you know? Yeah. But I just, like, we were just talking about it because there's like these condos going up and they're on the waterfront, which is just the Delaware River. Like you see Jersey, and they're like trying to get like crazy amounts of money for like $10,000 a month apartments. And the cross section of people who have that money that actually live in Philly is just so small. Like, I don't know if you have once you reach a certain amount of like success financially or career wise, like you tend to move, you know, you tend to go on to somewhere else. And, it's always been hard. People continue to try to make Philly like, have these like Miami, Vegas things, and they just don't seem to work. Yeah.
Does Philly have a huge New York influence, or is that something that's like frowned upon by saying? Is it kind of like you guys want to have your own identity?
I would say definitely now, but like what I was saying about the DJ history, I feel like in the 80s, the New York influence was heavier. I mean, I was a little kid, so it's only how I can perceive things, but I felt like New York was looked up to more in the 80s. And then in the 90s, but as the late 90s came, and then Philly started definitely leaning into their own identity, at least in terms of like hip hop and music, because you had like Beanie Siegel and Freeway, and then like this, and then we latched onto the Baltimore club sound.
You guys had the Roots.
The Roots is interesting because like, that's its own thing too. That's like the Philly neo soul. Soul thing.
There was a lot of music coming out of Philly.
Yeah, you had the Fresh Prince. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
and ironically enough, like he's like the friendliest rapper ever, you know. And like that's what he broke the mold with being like the friendly guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's like this crazy clip of him with like LL Cool J and a bunch of guys in the '80s, and they're all at these, and he's like clowning around, and they're all kind of looking at him like, "Who's this guy?" You know?
But then he went on and slapped Chris Rock though. So I mean,
he's got some street in him.
maybe
That's
he just
the real Philly.
maybe he
coming
was
out, right?
bury the Philly so much.
I was like, it was all a facade. I knew that shit was in him. I knew that shit was in him.
3 decades of trying to be a nice guy just erupted.
All at once.
I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Right.
That's
a fucking dickhead. I knew it was a scumbag.
He had it in him. I knew it.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say like no, Philly definitely has its own thing now, and I would actually say like in terms of brothers, sister, like we're more like brothers with Baltimore. You know, I feel like because Baltimore Club was so huge in Philly, they're both like architecturally very similar. Like it's the only place in the U.S. you're going to see row homes like we have here. Like if you watch The Wire, it looks like Philly, and like they've done
best show ever.
Yeah. So their blocks look the same. I think like the socioeconomics and the demographic is similar, and the history is similar, and music wise, like I feel like we share more with them now than New York. But I mean, Philly's taken the Baltimore club sound with the Jersey sound and made it faster. Our rappers are rapping over that, like Lay Banks and stuff like that. So I would say, and if anything, you see New York doing that now with Ice Spice, Deli, shit like that.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's everything. It's the relationship kind of goes back and forth. Everyone influences everyone, is what I'm saying.
Wait, are you saying that we're copying you?
I'm saying we put New York on the map. Is what I'm saying.
Clip that, guys. There we go. Mark,
that'll be the first teaser.
I don't want to be on site in New York.
Yeah. My other question.
I'm kidding. I love New York.
I wanted to ask about the party scene out there. The Knicks. We can't talk about the Knicks.
In terms of sports, I wish you nothing but pain. Like I said earlier.
Sorry,
I love my New York friends, but not once the sports comes on, it's different. Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the party scene out there because you did bring up the block parties, and you know, I guess the unique scene from just the diversity and everything. It is a big city. What is it like? I mean, are there big, you know, Latin rooms, open format rooms? You said the bottle service was kind of, you know, it's more of a blue collar city, so it's not really so much, you know. And also like tourism, is that do you guys play for a lot of tourists? Because like in Chicago, some of our rooms would be half tourists, or New York, you know, or Vegas obviously.
I mean, obviously every once in a while you got people from out of town, but it's definitely, in terms of nightlife, I wouldn't say it's big with tourism. I think people come here for tourism, but it's more to see like the Liberty Bell and so it's not like.
Do you guys have a zoo?
Not nightlife tourism.
Do you have a zoo? Because Five would visit.
We do. Philadelphia Zoo is. What was the first zoo? So zoo. All right, a little zoo knowledge right here. What was the first zoo? The Bronx Zoo?
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
You're
making me go to Google.
I feel like Philadelphia Zoo has some type of thing. Like it was either the first or the biggest or the first urban or something like. I could be wrong, but I thought like.
No, Philadelphia has the very first zoo in America.
Wow.
I think if you got a T-shirt that said that,
I went to
the first zoo. Yeah.
So all you DJs in Philly, you will catch Five at the zoo next week.
Yeah. So that's what Philly's like. Philly was the original capital of the country. So like a lot of firsts happened here. It was the first zoo, the first blah blah blah. Fairmount Park was like, that's like our Central Park, you know. Like,
Is
But again, it was like the first urban park or something like that. It was
is the local scene pretty diverse when the nightclubs, or is it segregated, or are they kind of?
So I got to be honest, like because I'm DJing at my own places 5 nights a week, I don't get to see as much as I do. Like I know my friend and other great Philly DJ Brendan Brigham opened up a spot called The Saint, and he that's like a cool mix of young kids where you're going to hear like newer hip hop and stuff like that, and then. I know like the Silo and Josh Lang, they're like younger DJs that are doing more of a house thing. They have a super popular following. They do a lot of like during the summer, they'll do a lot of the daytime stuff, but there's definitely like a big house, like vibey house movement. There's definitely like big Latin parties. And then there's still just like regular open
Be More Club. Are there like any of those type of parties anymore?
So now it would be more that those are like have always been like super young kids, like almost like under 21 parties, like roller skating rink style. Like that's where a lot of the Philly club guys like DJ Sega and Swizzy Mac, like they started playing in those spaces, like under 21, because you got to be young to listen to that stuff all night, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just dancing in a circle,
tempo,
like yeah. And so when you play that, like it's almost like you just drop a set of it, you know, and maybe a dance circle breaks out and you might keep it going a little longer, but it's only going to be like 15 minutes, the most you can hold that.
Are the block parties pretty open format? What I mean?
It depends on the neighborhood. You know, it depends on if it's in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, it's going to be one way. Black neighborhood one way. White neighborhood one way.
Oh wow. Okay.
But you know, you're always gonna hear like Tough Crew, My Part of Town. You know, do you know
that was I wonder what are some Philly records that are like a must play in Philly? Like where's some staples?
That 80s hip hop, I guess, is where like Philly first started making its presence known. Would be like Tough Crew, Cool C, Glamorous Life. Another weird song that's actually a New York artist, but it's always been huge in Philly in that set is Kwame, Only You. Do you know that?
Wow.
Yeah. That's a huge Philly record, and because Tap Money was Kwame's DJ, I think was the tie-in. But
and that's how they knew. That's how they embraced it.
I just remember it being on the radio all the time, and it's kind of like you play it with that like that late 80s, early 90s, like 115, 120, like Belle Biv DeVoe. It's kind of like that's like a block party set.
And Candy Rain. Just kidding.
Candy Rain.
Hey, my security's happy, man.
Yeah, and so, and then like the other thing would be like that classic Baltimore club set where you're going to play like Rod Lee, Pick 'em Up, Put Your Leg Up, Diamond K, basically like Samir's theme, stuff like that. That's when you're going to get into like there was like a dance called the Wu-Tang. That's that.
Wow,
has
really?
nothing to do with Wu-Tang Clan. But it was like. It was like that's just what they called it in like the late 2008, 2009. It was like you can Google it. I am not going to do it.
That was my next question, but that was a follow up.
Do it for the YouTubers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So you had that, and then the Jersey club sound became really big, and then the Philly dude started making stuff with that. Interesting fact, I just found out there's a DJ Crazy. He's one of the leaders in the Philly club movement right now, but he was actually born in Baltimore. And I read an article in Fader that Rod Lee is his uncle, who's like a Baltimore club legend. So it all makes sense.
It puts together. Would you say that like the Lil Uzis and like the Meeks, like are those just cliche to play, or like you kind of like those still go off to?
No, Meek's always going to be standard. You know, I was shocked to find out that Dreams and Nightmares like went on to become the same anthem elsewhere than it was for years in Philly. You know, but Uzi's interesting. Uzi's more like the younger kids, I guess. Mm-hmm. Even though he's been around for a decade now, you know, we still look at him as like one of the new artists, but he's a veteran at this point. And then like I Just Want to Rock, like that was kind of hopping on the resurgence of Philly club music. There was a record called Shake That by Za Sosa and the Philly Goats. That's like
I did not
rapping
know
over
that.
very fast. Yeah, you wouldn't know it. Yeah, I wouldn't expect anyone to know.
Do you have
it.
a pen in your hand? Are you taking notes? Like, he's like, let me jot this one down really quick. Everyone else is like, we're just typing. You're just,
Yeah. So like that song really blew up. It was like the hottest song in the city.
Wow.
And I feel like I Just Want to Rock was kind of like, we got to get in on like the resurging Philly club and the dance, like all the dancing that Uzi's doing. Speaking of, I was a little disappointed that the Bad Bunny song like that never really seemed.
Yeah, I had that in that set too. And
I still play it because I love it. And if there's any place on earth where like a Spanish song over Jersey club is going to go off, it's like the Philadelphia, Jersey area.
I played that in Puerto Rico, and it was a flop.
It was a flop. Yeah,
it was
because
fairly new when I was out there. So
those drum. Yeah, like you're going to have to get like an East Coast Latin crowd to even
if you're in Puerto
it.
Rico, it's only 95 to 100 BPMs, and then
But the kids in that video, the kids in that video and the kids that danced in the Drake Sticky video are the Philly goats that danced in the Za Sosa, DJ Crazy. It's like DJ Crazy. It's got like 4 names involved, but that's like the most regional song that was huge here that I wouldn't expect anyone to know.
Well, that's good to know, though. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, if you're ever here and you want to get the bouncers on your side.
And shout out to your Dreams and Nightmares Want to Rock edit too.
Oh
right?
yeah. The most talked about thing for a while. Oh my god, I got so much hate for that, man. On like the Philly sites. On the Philly sites, I got a lot of hate.
Really?
For it. Yeah.
Why?
No, but we ran it though. Like
that because like I don't know. This is why we're DJs and like like we appreciate shit like that, but we forget how much the average person is like, don't mess with anything, like just leave it as it is. But also that's just Philadelphia, man. People, it's a competition who can make fun of you harder.
Yeah,
like let's.
That's because they love you. That's like I feel like that's always when like when people like bust each other's balls.
You haven't made it till you got roasted on Philly Scoop. That's like the Instagram Philly page.
Oh wow!
No.
Oh shit! Yeah, I love that. What is do you guys have Neil? You guys have any questions in your arsenal over there?
No, I mean you're like nailing it right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying here. Speaking of like I think things that just apply to Philly. Are there certain destinations, areas? Is there a club area? Is there a district? Or like, if people were to go out there listening right now, it's like, where are you going to hit?
So where I'm at now, like, it's like traditionally known as the Gayborhood. It's the where a lot of LGBTQ clubs are, and then right next to it, they're kind of rebranding it as the Midtown Village. So there's new spots opening up there. So that area in Center City around like 12th and Walnut, 13th and Walnut, Chestnut. It's there's a lot to do there.
Wasn't that Rittenhouse?
No, Rittenhouse is more like 17th, 18th. And,
okay.
You go up to like
Rittenhouse is where that vinyl bar is, right? There's a
few of them now. There's
I want to go
like
see
3
Rich
vinyl
Manita
places.
randomly.
Wait, what's the diner? What's the diner that has the club in it? That I think Spinna and is that still around?
Yeah. That's legendary. Yeah, I mean that's where I did my first parties. That was like that was always like the best spot for a new DJ, like if you had a little bit of a following, because you just go there, you get to keep the door, $5 cover. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's great.
Yeah, it's like a full blown like diner, like a East Coast like style diner, and there's a
like a
nightclub
50s diner, or like is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, and there's a nightclub to it, and it's like I believe they had Function One on it, didn't they? They had a Function One system in there.
Maybe now.
It was sick.
Not
I was
back
like,
in the day. Maybe now.
It was just it was like 3 home speakers. Just like, but yeah, I do remember eating there like late night. And then this was like pre-pandemic when I used to go out there and play.
Speaking of food, what he was saying,
I thought the music, all the dope music came from the Philly cheesesteaks, but I guess not. I was way wrong.
Are the Philly cheesesteaks, are they really, do you eat them? Are they a thing?
I do. And like, at the risk of being super cliche, like I love cheesesteaks, man. Like,
Okay.
I love
I'm
them.
that good.
yeah, it's meat and cheese on bread. Like, it's not really like.
Where do you go? What's the go-to spot for you?
So I like this place called John's Roast Pork.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like they got like the Sarcones rolls. You're gonna get two kinds of rolls. You're gonna get Amoroso or Sarcones.
They won a
Sarcones
James
is like
Beard,
the
didn't
seed.
they?
What's that?
They won a James Beard, I think. John.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, they've won multiple awards for best
Yeah.
cheesesteak because, that I
Are
like
you
that one the
Googling
best.
right now the best cheese?
No, I have a list actually. What I wanted to hit when I was in Philly, but I didn't get a chance to because my flight got delayed. But like, I had Angelo's Pizzeria. How's that?
Not familiar. Where is that? I'm not as up on the pizza as I am.
No. It's so they're
It's a
a
cheesesteak spot?
pizzeria, but they're popping. They're known for cheesesteaks too.
Angelo's.
Yeah.
John's was awarded the James Beard Award for Excellence for their Philly cheesesteak. Best cheesesteaks in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's one of those things like low hanging fruit to start a controversial discussion is like who is the best cheesesteaks because everyone gets that one's trash. You need to go here. And some people,
We're also going to clip this for social media. That's why we're doing it right now. This is the purpose.
So that anyone can see me about John's Roast Pork. Like anyone who argues with that hasn't been there. I would say.
Yeah, I've been there. It's good.
Yeah. But everyone has their preferences. Some people say the place on the corner in their neighborhood is the best one around. You know, it's all where you go. You can definitely get a bad one,
but John's is the only one that's like, yo, we got the best cheesesteaks, and they're like, yours is shit. And John's be like, well, then you tell James Beard that.
Yeah.
They're the only ones there that could say, you tell James that.
Like I'll still take people to Pat's and Gino's, or more so Pat's, but just because that's like the historic one.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the Boys to Men Motown Philly videos from. You got the lights and all that stuff. So that's more of a site.
Oh shit! I forgot Boys to Men were from
You guys
Philly.
have Boys to
Holy
Men.
fuck. I forgot that. Oh my god! You guys had Boys to Men. Did you? It's all Cheese Whiz, right? Or is it?
That's your choice. You say you
Provolone,
want whiz. You
cheese
want
whiz.
whiz. Provolone.
What do you go with as a local? So we know how to order it right.
I like American. I like whiz sometimes. I don't do provolone, but I like cheese whiz, but I also like regular American too. Is good. Some places don't offer cheese whiz.
So you don't offer it wit whiz?
Yeah.
Because you literally have to ask wit whiz.
Wit is onions. If you want onions.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought it was short for whip.
No. It's
whiz.
It's the name. This is just they only care about the stuff at like Pat's. Like that's kind of like their branding. Like you better get your order right, or you're gonna get the old Philly tongue lashing. But it's.
You gotta say wit.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's like, you say the cheese you want, and then you just specify with or without onions. So you say American wit, provolone wit, whiz wit. Man,
I think we covered it all. You guys have anything else, question-wise, or cheese whiz, or?
Nah, man. After a while, I was like, damn, Philly cranked out a lot of shit. Not only music, food, all sorts of shit. Damn,
man.
Declaration of Independence.
It's got a new life now, too.
The zoo? The fucking zoo?
The fucking Liberty Bell. Like, I mean, it's there's a lot of history in Philly. Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky, of course. But it's got a new life now too. Like I make fun of Philly a lot because I've lived here my whole life, and so whenever you've been somewhere, you see all its flaws, and sometimes you let it like annoy you. And it's not always the friendliest place on earth, but there's definitely like a lot of new life, a lot of new people. It's becoming more international. I'm seeing way more like all types of people showing up to clubs now from all different parts of the planet. So it's. I feel like there's a second resurgence coming into Philly.
Dope.
Love it. We gotta take a trip over there.
I know Fives is gonna be there.
Hit me up.
For the zoo. Yeah,
Five will be there.
Dude, let's all go to the zoo together.
Really quick, I just want to go over for you guys. Memorial Day weekend. Any plans? Anyone got anything coming up?
I'm doing a Sunday day party in San Diego called "Wish You Were Here" with the homies Chaos, Tony Tone, Jules, Good Chill.
Shout
at the Courtyard. Yeah, shout out to Chaos, man. At the Courtyard in San Diego. You guys?
Cool.
Well, I mean, tonight I got the SoundCloud Live Nation event. Memorial Day weekend, I got Underground in Boston, Lucy's in New York, and
Damn, you're so busy. You're just looking at this, you have to pull it up.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up. I'm in this Saturday. I'm in Atlantic City at Premiere, and I'm at Somewhere Nowhere next Saturday.
Nice, low budget. You got
doing my normal residencies. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend should be good because my Sunday night, it'll be a good holiday night.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. So yeah, I'll do I do Wednesday and Sunday in my spot Glow Bar, which is like no cover, and that's kind of like the night where I get to establish my format that I want to do, and it tends to be more like hip hop leaning. And then Thursday I do Woody's. That's an open format night. Friday I'll do Voyeur, and that's going to be dance music all night as well as Saturday. So that's where I get to really I can kind of push new dance music there because once the crowd gets there, it's after hours. It's one of the few after hours in Philly. So everyone there, they're not going anywhere. So you don't have to worry about losing them. So you can really run.
Just have fun with it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm in Cleveland at Forward Memorial Day weekend. So if you guys are in Cleveland or you're around Cleveland, it's a lot of fun. Shout out to everyone over there, man. I have such a fun time in Cleveland. People would be like, "What, really, Cleveland?" I'm like, "No, it's a rager." So it's an outdoor venue.
Good time in Cleveland.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Bobby Boucher, my homie over there.
Bobby Boucher,
Dante,
Dante, Justin, nice.
Yeah, Justin, nice, and
Justin.
Cool. Well, I think that's gonna cover all that. You guys don't forget send edits at earbuds at Headliner Music Club. Earbuds,
just three per person.
Just or one. Just pick your favorite.
Yeah, pick your favorite because 30 was OD.
Jesus.
Wow.
And then don't forget to leave comments on IG, X, and YouTube. And also leave reviews. We'll shout you out on that. Big thank you to Low Budget. Thank you so much for putting up with us
guys.
for the last
awesome.
2 hours. Thank you.
I'll have to send you some of my edits too. If you go to
dude,
my Instagram.
There's a website that Scratchy puts together called Headliner Music Club, and he loves edits. So
I got my ski would it have killed you to add kicks edit where I just add kicks to it.
I love it.
It changes the whole dynamic of the song. But
Is it on beat? Did you shift the vocals?
Yes. No, it is on beat. But yeah, it's all on my Instagram. If you go on my Low Beezy is my handle on everything. So
all right, Low Beezy is the handle. Make sure you check him out. And if you're in Philly, he'll take you to get a good cheesesteak.
Yeah. One of my favorite things. We'll run up and down the art museum steps too.
Love it. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget, we have a playlist on Spotify. It's all the music that we've talked about. So if you're not writing things down with a pen like Neil, you can check it out on Spotify. And that's pretty much going to do it. We'll talk to you guys next month. All right.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. It was a good time.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.